numbers have gone down since about 2019. I think in 2019 when we first did this walk, the numbers were 16.9. But as Gold Star moms, we think one is too many. There's a tragedy that's happening in our military communities, whether it's active duty or veterans, and we have service members that are taking their lives. They're losing the battle that's going on inside their head. My son, Specialist Cody J. Sisk, died in July of 2015. He lost his battle. Today, we support two organizations that help our military communities. We support Working Dogs for Vets, and we have them present today. They save lives on both ends of the leash. We also are supporting a ranch, Reigning Liberty Ranch. It's up in Traverse City, and they work primarily with our veterans and our military communities. And there is a display at the end there that tells a little bit about the work that they do with our veterans. So I appreciate you coming out and supporting these organizations. We have kind of a special presentation going on today. I have Don Finnegan here that's from Honor and Remember, and I'm going to turn the time over to him.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. First, before I get started here, I want to make some introductions for those that may or may not be familiar with the organization Honor and Remember. Actually, gentleman filming is Mr. George Lutz, our founder out of Chesapeake, Virginia. George just got in town. He's actually here running with Spartan Nash. It's a big corporate sponsor of ours, owns the Martin stores here locally, and they does a fundraiser for three military nonprofits, Honor and Remember being one of them. So they're a major sponsor. George coincidentally happened to be coming into Niles at the same time as the event, so wanted to get here. I got the Balmer family. I got Rick and Thomas. Balmer, our youngest brother. There were 9 siblings. They lost their youngest one in Iraq in June of 07. They're out of South Bend, Mishawaka. When all the family members leave town, they have to shut the lights out, because there's just not enough left in Mishawaka and that to do it. I've got Johnny Butler here out of Warsaw, Indiana. He's part of our board. He's actually on our Run for the Fallen. You can see the shirt. We just finished an Indiana run for our military fallen last weekend. Johnny did 60 miles over 2.5 days. I did about 6 steps, and that was about tops for me. But all the names of the 558 Hoosiers who paid the ultimate price from their service during the War on Terror, it's on that shirt from the Hoosier land. So hopefully one day we'll actually have this in Michigan. Michigan currently does not have a chapter anymore. They did in the past, but we have ambassadors, we call them, that do support Honor and Remember. So I'll talk about it a little bit. But briefly, 35 years ago, I actually lived in Niles. I live in Muncie, Indiana now, about 3 hours southeast of here, between Fort Wayne and Indy, down where Ball State is, if you're familiar with it. So we lived here off Highway 12, off East River, or off West River Road, I guess it is. And spent about a year here. It was a pretty quick time, but I have a lot of fond memories of the Niles general area in here, from the Michiana area. So with that, I mean, introduce George, but Honor and Remember actually started with the death of his son, Tony, in Iraq by a sniper outside Fallujah, 29th of December 2005. So with that, George actually became a Gold Star dad. Part of his grief was tempered by meeting a lot of families of the fallen, letting them know that their sons and daughters would not be forgotten and that they would not die in vain. So with that, part of that process was looking for a flag symbol, something specific that we could thank, because we all know families. We all know, but together we can know them all. We just don't know everybody. That's it. So the Honor and Remember flag actually developed on Memorial Day of 2008, soon to be in our 16th year as an organization. So with that, we're actually represent all branches of service from our founding to current day, all those that died while in active service or died as a result of that service. How many Vietnam vets I got here? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome home. Well, we honor those from Agent Orange, whose death is attributed to that service. So this flag represents the 1.3 plus million that have given their lives since our founding as a nation. The red stands for the blood spilled by our brave men and women throughout our military history. That is the American flag red. The white underneath is the purity of that sacrifice. Blue star originated in World War I. I see blue stars here with their banners and their shirts on there. Thank you. Originated World War I for those in an active conflict. If that turned to gold, that hero was not turning home. Gold reflects the value of the life given. The folded American flag presented to the family at the memorial service. As George said here a while back, and never forgot that, this country was built on one folded flag at a time. Those veterans and those that gave it all. The flame for the spirit that has departed this life, yet burns all in the memory of all who knew and loved our fallen hero. We will always honor their selfless service and remember them individually by name. So it is important for us to remember that name. Never forget the family who pays that price, who lives that Memorial Day every day of their lives. And so this flag actually becomes a visible means of saying thank you to a nation. Again, we don't know them all, but if we fly the flag, display the flag, we're saying thank you. That's our message to these families. Do that. So, however it goes together, Johnny, do your best. Just like to add this into this. Ronald Reagan, Veterans Day, November 11th, 1985, Arlington National Cemetery. I've always said if you've not been to Arlington, it must be on your short list. There is no finer hollow ground in America than Arlington National across it. It is in a way an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like founding fathers, grave and gray haired. But most of them are boys when they died, and they gave up two lives. The one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. We owe them a debt we can never repay. They gave up everything for our country and for us, and all we can do is remember, and I'll just say thank you. So actually today, we get an opportunity to present what we call the personalized flag. Our goal is to present one to every family that has died as a result of their service. So could I have the Deroo family and the Wixom family, please? Rick? Both of them? Yeah, one. Hold it, triangular, tip up. Open up, open up, open up. Open up. Yep, there you go. Tip up, tip up. Turn it to on the inside. Inside. Grab the back. Turn it back. Here you go. Grab the red tab. Whoops, that's all right. You would. This honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Sergeant Gabriel Deroo. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your law and respectfully say thank you. Actually signed by our founders, you don't get any closer to this. Do that. Signed and dated today. And the assistance and the sponsor to this flag is the Special Agent Ryan A. Ballmer's Veterans Memorial Fund. They sponsor both these flags for the family as a keepsake and a legacy gift.
For the family of Cole Wixom, this honor and remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Sergeant Cole T. Wixom. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By
Actually, I'd like the family to grab their flags here as best we can. I want to get some pictures. You know, you have to have this. Actually, while they're doing that, so Sergeant Gabriel Deroo, humble strength. He had a smile that light up the entire room. Compassionate heart that touched the lives of those around him. Loved having a good time, joking around, acting silly at times. Extraordinary young man of faith and integrity, never shied away from responsibility or hard work. Cole graduated from Bloomington-Dale High School. In 2013, enlisted in the U.S. Army. Had one tour in Afghanistan, played baseball, enjoyed the dairy cows, goats and swine. Very active, involved, and loved passion in his life and the passion. So with that, could you please honor these families?